Now, in this session, we design the machine language instructions. Okay, let us see how these machine language instructions are going to look like. When you talk about machine language instructions, the machine language instructions can be divided into three different categories. Okay, three different instruction formats. Now, these instruction formats are with respect to the location of the operand. Earlier, we discussed about the instruction formats with respect to the number of operands. Either it could be 3 address, 2 address, 1 address, 0 address, right? Now, when we talk about these instruction formats with respect to the location of the operands, these instruction formats can be of three types. Okay, first one is memory reference instructions. Second one is register reference instructions. And the third one is IO instructions. Try to understand what are these three instruction formats. When you talk about the instruction formats with respect to the location of the operand, each of this category will tell you from where the operands for an instruction can be fetched. You know that every instruction requires an operand, right? In order to execute an instruction, I need to get an operand somehow or the other. Now we are talking about the location of the operand. When you are executing an instruction and you're going to get an operand, you need to understand where the operand can be available. There are three locations from where you can fetch the operand. Okay. The first one is memory. If the operands are fetched from the memory for executing an instruction, then those instructions are called memory reference instructions. If you want to execute an instruction and the operand for the instruction is available in the processor register itself, then these instructions are called register reference instruction. And when you are executing an instruction and you are going to get an operand from the IO devices, then these instructions are called IO instructions. These instructions are called IO instructions. So now we are designing the machine language instructions. These machine language instructions can be divided into three types or three categories. That is instruction formats that supports that are divided into three types, three categories. The first one is memory reference instructions. For memory reference instructions, operands are available in main memory. For register reference instructions, operands are available in the processor's register. For IO instructions, operands are collected from IO devices. The example is, let us see, add A. For the memory reference instructions, you can clearly see this is the opcode which is being supported by a memory address, right? What is add A? We need to go to the main memory. This is the main memory, let us say. Okay, what is A? A is a memory location. In order to execute this instruction, I need to go to the main memory and collect the operand because A is available in main memory. Okay, now there are a few instructions for which operands are available within the processor itself, within the processor's register itself. For an example, there is a typical instruction called CLA. What is CLA? CLA stands for clear the accumulator. Clear the accumulator. What is clear the accumulator? When this instruction gets executed, accumulator, the contents of the accumulator will get cleared. This is what all about clear the accumulator. Now for this instruction, where is the operand? Is the operand available in the main memory? No, the operand is available in the processor's register itself. What is the operand? Accumulator itself is the operand, and accumulator is a processor's register. Accumulator is not a memory location. Okay. Now the third category is IO instructions. When you execute an instruction and you have to collect, if you have to collect the operand from the IO devices, then these instructions will come into the category of IO instructions. For an example, in a C program, you just said enter a value for A. You did not directly assign the value. You are dynamically getting the value from a keyboard. Now at that time, unless you enter the value for A, you cannot, um, you know, get the value for A. These instructions, which gets the values from the IO devices directly, are called IO instructions. So there are three instruction formats with respect to the location of the operand. All these are talking about location of the operands only, right? Yes. When it comes to the location of the operand, our instruction formats can be divided into three types. First one is memory reference instructions. For these instructions, operands are available in main memory. Example, add A. What is the operand for this instruction? A is the operand. What is A? A is a memory location. In order to get A, you need to go to the memory location. Sorry, in order to go to main memory. Okay, so that is what a memory reference instructions. For the instructions, which for the instructions, in order to execute, if we go to main memory and collect the operands, then these instructions are called memory reference instructions. For those instructions for which the operands are available in the processor's registers, then these instructions are called register reference, such as CLA. For CLA instruction, I need not go to main memory. For CLA instruction, I need to go to accumulator and clear the contents, right? So these instructions will come under the category of the register reference instructions. When it comes to the IO instructions, these instructions will get the operands directly from IO devices. Okay, so memory reference, register reference, IO instructions. For the memory reference, location is operand's location is main memory. For the register reference, operand location is processor's register. For IO instructions, operand's location is the IO devices. Let us get into the details. Now, we have to design these instructions. Okay, we will design these instructions. We already know about an instruction in our system. Our system supports 16-bit instructions that we discussed in our previous classes. In this 16-digit instruction, we have divided three fields. First one is a mode field, which is of 1 digit. It will give you either 0 or 1. 0 is for direct addressing mode. 1 is for indirect addressing mode. Second one is a opcode field. This opcode field is of 3 digits. Okay. By using 3 digits, I can have a combination of 8 opcodes. A maximum of 8 opcodes can be constructed in the system. Okay. And the address field for this instruction is 12 digit. When we talk about address, this address is going to specify one memory operand, one memory address. Okay. About this, we discussed in the previous sessions. Now let us talk about designing this opcodes, because we are designing machine language instructions. As we're designing the machine language instructions, first of all, we need to understand how many machine language instructions we can design. It depends on the number of opcodes that are available for the system. The number of opcodes for any instruction can be equal to 3 digits. By using 3 digits, a maximum of 8 opcodes can be designed in the system. So we will focus how to design these opcodes. Okay, designing the opcodes, designing the machine language instructions, or designing the instruction formats with respect to the location of the operand are all are one and the same. Okay, now let us go to the next slide. Here, try to understand how many combinations are available. There are 8 combinations available, right? That is 000 to 111, 000 to 111. There are 8 combinations are available. By using these 8 combinations, I need to design 3 categories of the instructions. What are those? I need to design register reference, memory reference instructions. I need to design register reference instructions, and I need to design IO instructions. But the combination, total combinations are equal to just 8. So how we are going to design? Let us stay focused. Okay. See this. let us see how the memory reference instructions are going to be designed. For the memory reference instructions, what I'll do is, you can clearly see this opcodes. Total number of possible opcodes are equal to 8. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. Okay, what I'll do is, for the memory reference instructions, I will use the first 7 combinations, 000 to 110. Okay, so when the opcodes are in between 000 to 110, that means that it is a memory reference instruction. Okay, so here memory reference instruction, you can clearly see opcodes are from 000 to 110. That is total number of digits in a register, instruction register is 0 to 15. That is total 16 digits. The first one is the mode digit. It is called a I digit. Rather, I can also call it as a mode digit. Next, 12, 13, 14 will give us opcode digits. Least significant 0 to 11 are memory address, right? Now, for the memory reference instructions, what am I doing? Try to understand. In order to design the memory reference instructions, I am using 000 to 110. That is, I can design a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can design a total of 7 memory reference instructions. Okay, so memory reference instructions are in between 000 to 110. 000 to 110. Now, if the opcode is 111, I will change the color for this. Yeah, if it is 111, it cannot be a memory reference instruction. Okay, so if it is not a memory reference instruction, either it could be a register reference instruction or it could be IO instruction. So I will put it here. It is either register reference or IO. Okay, or IO instruction. First 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are memory reference instruction. Just these are completely altogether memory reference instructions. So total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 memory reference instructions are there. But when the opcode combination is 111, it cannot be a memory reference instruction. Either it could be a register reference instruction or it could be an IO instruction. Okay, let us stay focused. Okay, now we discussed about the memory reference instructions. That is, when the opcodes are from 000 to 110, then it is memory reference instruction. Now, what is the register reference instruction? Of course, when the opcode is equal to 111. When the opcode is equal to 111, it could be register reference or IO instruction. Try to understand an important thing which gives you a shortcut to differentiate in between register reference and the IO instructions. What is this field and what is this field? This is a mode field, right? This first digit is a mode field, which will give you an addressing mode. If the mode digit is equal to a 0, it will be the direct address. If the mode digit is equal to 1, it will be indirect address. The address of the operand can be either a direct address or it could be an indirect address, right? Try to understand. This address we will use only in the memory reference instructions. That is because for the memory reference instructions, operands are available in main memory. Main memory has an address. Okay, so for memory reference instructions only, I do require an address field, I do require a mode field. But when it comes to the register reference instructions, I don't require addresses because we are not going to the memory. Are we going to the main memory? No. Register reference instructions, meaning the operands are available in the processor's registers itself. In order to get the operands for the register reference instructions, we need not go to the main memory. Similarly, in order to get the operands for the IO instructions, we need not go to the main memory. So this address part and the mode part, we don't need in register reference instructions or IO instructions. So what we do is, anyhow, mode digit is not used in IO instructions. What is mode? Mode is an addressing mode. Okay. When there is an address, there will be a mode. It could be a direct address or an indirect address. Now we don't have an address. Do we require a mode? We don't require a mode. Okay. So what we do is, we use this mode digit to differentiate in between register reference instructions and the IO instructions. Okay. Anyhow, for the register reference instructions and the IO instructions, opcode will be 111 only. There are 7 opcodes are already consumed from 000 to 110 are already consumed for the memory reference. So either for register reference or for the IO instructions, I do have only one combination, that is 111. How can we say either it is a register reference or IO instructions? I will use the mode digit. If the mode digit is equal to a 0 followed by 111, then this is a register reference instruction. If the mode digit is equal to 1 followed by 111, then this is an IO instruction. That is how we can initially classify memory reference, register reference, IO instructions. Okay. Memory reference instructions 000 to 110. Okay. If there is a 111 in the opcode, that means that it is not a memory reference instruction. Then what it could be? It could be either register reference instruction or a IO instruction. How you can say? You can use the first digit. Anyhow, the first digit, the mode digit is not used here. I will use this mode digit to differentiate in between register reference and the IO instruction. 0 followed by 111, which is a register reference instruction. 1 followed by 111 is going to be an IO instruction. Okay. Let us get into the complete set of instructions in the next video.